wanted to start with Batgirl because there was some news that dropped right before we started recording that the DCU, DC Comics, which has been developing a, I guess, like small screen Batgirl movie planned to be dropped on HBO Max, just
They already
decided,
made it.
yeah, it's pretty much already done. Has been delayed a few times because of COVID and a couple other production issues. $90 million down the drain. They're like, this movie just doesn't work. We're gonna scrap this. What?
Yeah.
What? Dave, can you make sense of this for me?
Well, we know since Warner Brothers came under new management with the merger with Discovery, new leadership at the top, David Zaslav. He's been making changes about how they do business. The J.J. Abrams thing did not come to fruition due to its price tag. Certain things got canceled. Made for Love, for example, on HBO Max. The belt is being tightened, and they said that the blockbuster on streaming strategy is not a model that they're going to continue. It doesn't work, which honestly makes some sense. You have make these big expensive movies, put them in the theaters, get some money back. We've always talked about the questionable economics of expensive movies somehow justifying their costs solely through streaming. It's this weird calculus, doesn't really make any sense. That being said, you already made this Batgirl movie. Why are you shelving it? I don't understand. It's like you already spent the 90 million. Yes, that's too expensive moving forward. But right now, you already have this movie you made. Why not put it out? Okay, you don't want to spend money marketing it. You really just want to write this off. It just seems strange, especially for the DC strategy, which has been more or less to take cool ideas and just make stuff and don't really worry about some ham-fisting continuity. I mean, you have Leslie Grace, after In the Heights, obviously her strong music career, cast as Batgirl, sounded pretty fun casting. Michael Keaton back as
Mhm.
Batman in this, like he will be in the Flash as well. Directed by Dylan Bilal, who did Bad Boys 3, did some Miss Marvel, like in demand rising directors. It just seems like a weird weird move, and like I think some people are trying to rationalize it as like maybe it's just really bad and they don't want to sully the brand and spend any more money. But I just have a hard
Sully the
time believe.
brand.
I have a hard time believing that. It's like you know Sony can put out like Venom 2 and make tons of money and not worry about how it's received. Like Batgirl is gonna be successful. It's just odd. I understand they have a new strategy about how they're gonna go about greenlighting projects and funding stuff. Cool, but this is already paid for,
Yeah.
and you can't rationalize to me that the write off is somehow more valuable to them than adding something new to the DCEU because they don't make movies as quickly as Marvel does. You might as well put some of these things out when you have it in front of you. I don't get it.
Yeah, the Sully the brand thing is funny because when one of your better movies, Aquaman, can be put out with something we've talked about a lot, but some of the worst CGI at certain points that we've seen in a major film like this, it's like, what is the brand that you're really like working towards here? Now, I do have one theory, bit of a conspiracy theory. DC obviously known for having a rabid fan base. And the Snyder Cut is the best example of this. People wanting to
Hmm.
see the movies and the way that they're made. Do you think this is like a sly play to get that fan base riled up again to get some momentum behind this thing?
Oh my gosh, I don't know, man, because those fans have open distrust of Warner Brothers through several administrations, several turns of management for many reasons. Um, they never made a second Superman movie, for example. There's
Hmm.
lots of things that just never happened and piss people off for hardcore fans anyway. So, but this is just like a strictly business move that just doesn't make rational sense to me. I don't quite get it. Meanwhile, probably full steam ahead with the Flash coming out, despite the myriad issues with Ezra Miller's life and public persona and things of that nature. But that was a movie that was always going to come out in theaters, so we can fit it in the budget. It's just strange to me. I don't get it.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me either. I guess also like in the scheme of things, like how much more money is it going to cost to finish this point? You know, it's not totally shot. They have a few more things that they have to like wrap up supposedly, and they're saying that they just can't make it work. Right? That's what they keep saying. We just can't make the movie make sense. Is it going to cost another 20 million? Like you're 90 million down the drain. Is it really going to be that big of a difference between 110 million and 90 million at this point? Like that's dropping the bucket in a lot of senses for
And
these
yeah, and then again,
companies.
just put it on HBO Max so you can self advertise it, and do
Mhm.
like I don't know a really modest P&A. It's like
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you already have in a sense a bit of a fan base expectation that something would be there on streaming because that's where Snyder Cut, of course,
Mhm.
debuted. They don't want to do that moving forward. Fine, but like I don't know. I feel like it's not that crazy of a lift. Just seems like an odd move to me.
Seems like an odd move to me as well. It doesn't really make sense. I hope we see it eventually. I feel like we will, but I just don't know what it's gonna look like at that point. So
I hope
they,
people
they
talk, man. Start talking.
the production company has said that Sony has said that they do like the director, they do like the star, they want to keep working with them around Batgirl. So I assume we'll see something, but I don't know. Feels like just another weird move for DC.
We'll do some reshoots with the Flash, and there'll be a Flashpoint moment where we see Leslie Grace's
Oh my
Batgirl.
god. Well, whatever has the Ezra Miller saga ended? Did he like get help finally? Like,
I don't know. I
I feel like I haven't
there's
saw
so
the
many
news.
headlines; it's hard to keep up. But
Yeah,
things are starting to go towards a more criminal uh,
yeah,
direction, unfortunately. So um, I think that'll be a bigger topic point when it comes
yeah.
time to promote the Flash. When you do that without the star of the movie, obviously. So more to come on that.